Yeah, we find ourselves in the ditch again. This corner we still need to sort out and find a solution for connecting the trench to the French drain. So as you can see here, this newer wall is just cemented here on top of the schist with some kind of hole below it. And also, do you see this? What is that? It's hollow. This is Akira. She's coming to help. You guys coming to help out? Oh, be careful, sweetie. Don't jump on me. Yeah, I was just explaining to the people from the YouTube what we're gonna do. Well, I have no idea what we're gonna do, but this needs to go. So maybe while we take this all out, we make a plan of what we're gonna put in its place. Because this needs to be freed up here. And here we need to go a lot lower. Well, not a lot. Maybe 20 centimeters. So this all needs to go. Here's a shovel. Get to it. Funny human. Funny human. Oh, now that we're doing digging, you're suddenly all going, huh? Good grass? Zoe's keeping an eye on everything, huh Zoe? Oh, we need to go up with the sun. I'm getting kind of excited. Because this round thing continues here. Why would you have two canals next to each other? Why? Looks like a rock, huh? Just sand. That needs to go there. Did I see that? That is weird, right? Seems to go all the way also. What is that hole doing there in the beginning? There might be something more here. These schists seem to be separate from the ones that are sticking out of the road. Luckily. My pole here is rotten very badly. Look, just take the whole wood apart. The project just got a lot more complicated. Why are you whining? Where's Zoe? Right there. Hey Zoe. The blankie's outside now. Yeah, some food. Good idea. Beagle. Yeah, so that pipe seems to be going under the stones that are against the road. We do need to get this thing out. At first I thought maybe we can use it to guide the water from the trench, but it's not in the right place. Not exactly. And also it's at least half full of sand, the whole thing. So yeah. Thought I dig the trench a little more. I think we're almost there. Only here we need to go a lot lower because the sand is still on the height of the floor, the inside floor. And here it's like 15-20 centimeters below. If it was any canal, then it's now completely caved in. It does seem to have been some sort of canal, if you see how they cemented here, the edges, it goes inwards. At least half of it is full of sand. So if it was something, where did it come from then? No say, no say. I was digging around here a little to see if we can remove this. The wall stops here. The schist also stops here. Whatever solution we're going to make here, this thing is in the way. Very much in the way. On second thought, how are we going to get this thing out of there if it's like full with sand? I'm never going to be able to move that. Dougie, help. I could just break it apart, of course. Iced coffee. It's even reinforced. Hey, there's another pipe. Where is this all going to? The pipe is not, well, it is still open, but not much. Wow. It's a whole construction of drainage? What is it? Can only be drainage, right? Maybe that's the problem. Where's it coming from? Where could that be going? From the shed? Blood, sweat and tears. No, no tears yet. Only blood and sweat. Yeah, let's see if we can get this thing out, huh? It's gonna come out. Freak, we're demolishing more and more and more. I do want to continue this sort of wall thingy. Not all the way down, but to get a nice separation from the street. And as a base for start making some stairs that go down. But I wasn't planning on doing this at this point. So yeah, what's gonna happen here, huh? Yeah, it's just gonna come out. Apparently. Ah. Probably destroying his home. Sorry, buddy. Need to relocate. Big stone. Yeah, big stone. Yeah. So, is it gonna come out now then? No, that was my shovel. You shouldn't do this with a shovel, right? What am I thinking? No idea what I should actually do that with then. Maybe just try and lift it out, and if it doesn't go, then break it apart. It's probably sucked in there from all the moist. There we go. Thing is completely clogged. Look at this side. At least we should be able to dig down now. I think this is going to be a bigger operation than expected, guys. I'm going to need to support the wall there somehow. Well, at least we can dig down now. But there's something we need to make there for the trench to end up in. I thought in Holland we have these kind of sort of drain containers, sort of concrete square, like maybe a meter deep, and it's for the rainwater, and eventually it goes to the sewer probably. But it's sort of a container that has a capacity that it doesn't overflow. But I think here it's a good solution to connect the French drain to the trench thing. So we let the trench end up in this container, and then from the bottom, because it's probably 30-40 centimeters lower, from the bottom we go out with the French drain to the garden. And then also eventually the gutter can go in there. Another day of digging tomorrow. It does feel good for my body. It was a little hard to get into it this morning, but now we're all good. Let's go then. Now your blankie's over here. Zoe. Lazy dog. Oh, I wanted to say, where's Akira? There she is. Yeah, almost. It's gonna happen someday. So I've been looking for these French draining tubes. The other day I was in Castello. I couldn't find them anywhere. We asked in some hardware stores. I drove around a little to see if I could find some business where I saw them, but nothing. So yeah, then we need to order them on internet. And there is another kind of DIY store that we don't have in Castello. It's called Big Mud. And they have them. But they don't deliver, so you need to pick them up there. And it's gonna take a couple of days before they can be picked up. So that's the only possibility I found, actually. Where I could order also the geotextile, the fabric that needs to go in. Otherwise I needed to order it at 2 different websites. And it was cheaper here also at the Big Mud. So yeah, we have 50 meters. So maybe we also have enough to do the shed after we finish this. So yeah, it's gonna take a couple of days before we can put that in. It's gonna rain tomorrow though.